Hello? Anybody present? Guess so. Guess we'll find out. Maybe people will turn up, maybe they won't. Choice of drink for this stream is Captain Morgan's Tiki Pineapple and Mango Rum with some Sprite. Yummy. So, had an itch to play this game again. And here we are. But this time we are actually playing this on the Legendary Edition. My Engineer Trilogy playthrough was on the original Mass Effect. And I did stream the Legendary Edition when it first came out. Didn't finish it, got burnt out by Mass Effect 3. So, we'll get hands on with this. Guess I'll do a bit of an intro speech here before we get going. The stream title, the Vanilla Shepard Experience, is the reason why I've gone with that. I always held the opinion, how far will I get this time? Halfway through Mass Effect 3 before getting bored again. I don't know. We'll see what happens, Crabs. So the Vanilla Mass Effect Experience, I've always held of the opinion that the Soldier is the most boring class, but it seems like it's a very popular class because people just, you know, fire up the game and they just start playing without really thinking about it, and I'm guilty of that myself. My first playthrough back in 2006, 2007 on the Xbox 360 was as a Soldier. And then once I discovered powers, there was no going back. And during my last playthrough of Mass Effect 1 on Legendary Edition, I did notice whilst playing the Vanguard that they nerfed immunity into the ground, which is pretty much, and gave every character and every class weapons training, basically. So they basically took away everything that the Soldier has going for it. So I guess this is kind of an experiment of how if we can still have fun with the, you know, in my opinion, a terrible class. Yeah, but we don't get the weapon skills and ammo types until Mass Effect 2 and 3, right? Like, I can make my guns do more damage, but I can't really do much else with that. And also, as a vanilla, you know, going back onto the vanilla idea, Paragon, because everybody likes Paragon apparently. And we're going to go with default shell. We're basically going to be the most basic Shepard possible. And apart
to Alliance military database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection.
And a part of me did want to do like white options for speech instead of doing the Renegade red or Paragon blue. Be like middle of the road, see what happens. But maybe that's for a thing. Well, no, because Caden is going to be useful because he actually has powers. Caden's actually a good is actually really good to have in combat because of his abilities. My guy's just gonna have heavy armor and shoot shit, I guess. So I'm gonna be John Shepard. Confirm your ID as Commander John Shepard, Alliance Marine.
Please log in to access your profile.
And because we've already played through this game on Legendary Edition, we can actually pick a power, which is pretty cool. And unfortunately, we can't equip any like Omni tools or biotic amps, even if we pick one of these powers. I'm inclined to go with electronics because
Profile reconstruction complete.
leveling up at electronics gives us more shields, so more durability, I say.
Identification confirmed.
Okay, insanity, auto level off, classic mode, defensive power, squad power usage, auto save, subtitles, tutorial. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. We're good to go. He's a simp. Yeah, well, guess what? This will be the one playthrough where I don't save him.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of his family.
Doesn't have one. He was raised on the streets. Learned to look out for himself.
He saw his whole unit die on a cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Well, you can see his face in the mirror. I don't think that's... Is that an original?
Has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
Yeah,
I'll make the call.
that or a ruthless spacer or a war hero colonist. I mean, any of them would do, right? So yeah, we like going Paragon, we'll be having sex with the racist. I want to see what this excellent character arc people have been telling me about for years is about.
Transmission sequence. Commander? We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit.
Yeah, but it like literally they took everything from the soldier. Like yeah, soldier can technically do a little bit more damage with guns, and we'll look at the skills in a second.
The board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Kind of dislike that the cuts. Actually, you know what? Flawless widescreen.
Check. Navigation. Check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift. Just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
Oh, there we go. Fixed it.
That guy.
Got rid of the black bars at the side.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
Still got to use fucking bug fixes or third-party software to get my full 21:9 cinematic experience with this cutscenes.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Mm-hmm.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Yeah, probably do a Paragon run. I mean, I haven't even done Mass Effect 3 as a Paragon, and I think it's been like 10 years since I've done Mass Effect 2 as a Paragon as well. It's been a while. It's been a long while. Like I said, this is why we're doing something different. Like I said, playing the worst class, doing the worst morality, which is Paragon. You know, But it's also, I say it's the worst, but it's the most popular. Like, everybody wants to save Ashley. Everybody wants to go Paragon. Everybody plays the fucking soldier. So, why call it the vanilla experience? Maybe we'll accidentally have fun. Who knows?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
So let's just quickly save it there. Well, it's called a quick save, but yeah, like, granted, like, the other characters like don't have access to these passives. You know, increased damage by 20%, accuracy by 30. And I think that's the same across all 4 weapons. Plus these special abilities here, which take them or leave them. But it's kind of a moot point when you equip the Spectre weapons and they're you don't really need any skill investments. Those Spectre weapons are pretty busted. Mostly the sway. They removed the sway. Look. Hang on, where's the sniper rifle? What fucking sway? They don't have any sway anymore. Mass Effect 1, the original, even if you picked an infiltrator and you fucking... and at a couple points into sniper rifle, your fucking gun was like this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Your gun was like this. Pretty rough. Alright, let's see what we got here. I will say this, at least we do have immunity, which the Vanguard also has. The master immunity duration. They've definitely reduced the duration. It used to be you could chain that. Like it used to be able to like have like the duration of that last as long as the recharge time. And we do have access to heavy armor, which is exclusive to the soldier. So this might as well make use of that. Go melee build. 64 melee damage. Health regen. Yeah.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged right along with it.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
Yeah, you gotta get those. You gotta get Cole to give up those. Oh, you gotta like shake down the farmers, right? That's what it's all about.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Oh, you scared of the dark? Ugh. I'll look into it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
I think I get renegade points if I tell him to shut the fuck up.
It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do.
What, survive?
I need to show the brass what I can do.
What did I do on a cruise except not get eaten? Like that ain't shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't want to. I think I like Mass Effect 2 and 3. I don't know if it's 2. I don't know how many Mass Effect games it's affected. I know it's definitely the case for 2. But Mass Effect 2, I remember like if you go full Renegade, you get extra damage. If you go full Paragon, you get extra health. But I don't know if that's in the other games as well.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not going to screw this up.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
Yeah. By the way, I know this is boring, and we've all heard this before, but I'm literally just doing this for the Codex entries. You know, you get XP for Codex entries.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds, just like you on a cruise.
I try not to think about a cruise.
Sorry, Commander. I didn't mean to offend you. I respect what you did there. We all do.
Let's not dwell on the past, Commander. Was there something else you needed?
Pretty sure you do. But I don't like skipping dialogue, and who knows, maybe people's first time watching a Mass Effect playthrough is you know, this particular video, so I don't want to skip through dialogue. I don't mind listening to the dialogue though. You know, it's like watching a film for the first time. You don't fast forward through the dialogue.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, almost choked on me.
When I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Yeah. By the way, I turned the my air conditioning air cooling unit up a bit, and I aimed it upwards. So if you hear any background noise, it's probably the fan blowing towards the microphone. Maybe I'll turn it backwards, like turn the mic back a little bit like this. This might be a better idea. I don't know. Whatever. It's a directional mic, but I don't aim it properly sometimes because I'm dumb.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Apparently we do hate air conditioners, because every time I enter the break room at work, like, the air conditioner is turned off even though it's hot out. It's hot in the warehouse, and you walk into the break room, it's hot in the break room, and I'm like, we've got fucking air conditioning, let's turn this room into a fridge so we can get a bit of reprieve from the heat, you know? It's not hard, but apparently it is hard. I hate it. Oh well. What can you do?
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Is it hot already in the air? Yes. How you doing, Sphere? You're doing well. It's pretty warm here in England. Couldn't give you a temperature. In fact, it'd be pointless at this point because it is 9:26 in the evening. But it is getting hotter. At least hot by England standards.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
It does get cool at nights, and to be fair, like, if there's a breeze, that it'll cool down in the evening a lot quicker, but yeah, it's warm, and I know sometimes if you know, people leave their windows open and hot air gets into the house and stays in the house. I mean, at the moment, my computer room, I don't have the window open. I just have this air cooler, which I fill up with water and put an ice pack in. And it does make the room a bit damp, like not humid. I guess humid means warm and wet. Warm and wet is humidity, but I guess there's a bit of moisture in the air. Can be a bit of a problem, but we've got the computer here that's exhausting hot air. We've got the fan down here that's exhausting cold air for well, as long as that ice pack is still frozen. July and August, yeah, it's May and we're already sweating bullets. $35. You're talking Celsius. Fuck, we die at that temperature. Let's check the web. Let's have a look. Check what it was earlier. It's like 18. Wait. Okay, it was about 18 today, 17 tomorrow. It's going all over the place, the weather. Still warm. Warm for me, warm for us. So it's not that bad, but when you spend most of the time below 10, once you creep towards 20, 25, it's everyone starts to lose their shit.
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
Ugh.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I forgot that bloody Captain Anderson looks like a chocolate egg in this remaster.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
Prothean?
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
It never hurts to have a few extra hands on board.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Yeah, I've been, I've sometimes put a fan on in the bedroom, which helps. Sometimes having a lighter blanket helps. Sometimes just sleeping in a different bed to the missus helps, because, you know, the body heat of another person does have a, you know, is pretty bad during hot days. Cheap person. I think we're all cheap, and then until we make money, and then, you know, now it's just whatever. But I say this every time, but why does Nihilus have a vagina painted on his head?
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Ooh, the Spectres. Okay. I figure out how to figure out this framing so the less bugginess. So camera will clipping through bloody Nihilus' face a second ago.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity.
No, it's not my first time.
We see what you have to offer to the rest of the
I might have played it a couple of times.
Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
Look at this. Nihilus is so progressive. The game's fucking woke.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
He's right wing, left believe, putting people in even. Don't know what they're doing. Maybe he's so right that he met left, you know, you go right. So now it's on my left side. You know. Now, to answer the question seriously, Sphere, I have played Mass Effect 1 quite a lot. I think about 10 times. Mass Effect 2 probably 6 times, and Mass Effect 3 twice, like all the way through. Maybe we'll call it 2.5 times. This is my first time playing it as a soldier since 2006, when I played it on Xbox 360.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology. even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
I don't even know if I've ever watched you play Mass Effect single player, Crabs. I know I've watched a few Mass Effect free multiplayer streams, but I don't know if I've actually watched you play the single players. I watched Slasher a few times, and I watched Senor Zanaharia a couple of times, and Excaliburs here and there, but I don't think I've watched anyone else do single player Mass Effect on stream. Can't.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
Get a different outcome every time. No. I mean, I play mostly Renegade, usually. And then go out of my way to try and get everyone to survive. So it's pretty much like one shoe fits all on all my playthroughs, I guess. But this is like the first time I'm also... This is probably might be the first time since 2013 that I'm playing Paragon. So... Like I said, the title is the vanilla Shepard experience. That's why we got default male Shep, soldier. We're going to be Paragon. We're going to be having sex with that space racist, ugly bitch, Ashley Williams, and nuking Caden, because Caden is boring, apparently. I don't know. Apparently, people will drop a nuke on Caden, but they'll put their dick inside. I can't tell the aliens from the animals. I don't know. Mass Effect fans are retarded. I'm saying, yeah.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Kills Rex. Oh my god. Rex did actually die on my first playthrough because I didn't invest enough into charm or intimidate because hey, what can you do? It's my first playthrough. It's 2006. I barely used the internet. I fucking just played the game as I wanted.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Probably nothing.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold.
I felt bad when you killed him. Was that on the Did you kill him on Mass Effect 3 or Mass Effect 1? I might do that. I mean, I still keep pondering. Every time I play this game, I always ponder the worst playthrough plan. So, like, skip Garrus recruitment, kill Rex, kill Caden.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
You know, that kind of
Helping
shit.
survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck.
We are approaching drop point 2.
All right. Description for you and Sentinel. Go.
Perimeter secured, Commander. What the hell are those?
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
Damn!
Got to work on those melee kill achievements, right? And these actually, I'm pretty sure these count because I remember getting an achievement for killing these back in the day, just as like killing an organic enemy things. Take all. What we got here? Shield regenerator or stimulant pack. Cooldown reduction. Okay, I want shield recovery. I don't really need cooldown reduction. Caden, you're on cooldown duty. I will say that the whole sprint system is nice, though. Like being able to sprint properly. I feel like they could have tweaked Mass Effect. No, Mass Effect. This is Mass Effect. I feel like they could have tweaked the Vanguard class where you have a better, like, longer sprint distance or shorter, like, or faster stamina recovery. You know what I mean? Very Vanguard-ish.
Oh God, what happened here?
Smells like smoke and death.
Yeah. I mean, they basically, the most they did with the remaster, well, there's a few things, I guess. They streamlined the graphics of like certain character designs. Again, I don't know what the fuck they did with Anderson. He didn't look like that in any of the original games. The added headshot multipliers to damage, so that makes snipers a lot more useful. And I guess they also tweaked some of the weapons to have, like, you know, like they had like burst fire assault rifles now for some reason. Nice ass.
Right through his shields. We're at a chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
I know it's kind of stupid to just put melee these guys, but it's free. It's free kills, I guess. I mean, I think I can see the achievements from this. Can I see the achievements from this screen? I don't think I can. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's all silly bullshit. Right, time to introduce the worst character of the game. Come on, kill her. All right, I gotta ask. Okay, it's on the sanity. Okay.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Did it fix the Mako point system? Yeah, basically you can get full XP from inside the Mako. You don't have to like kill shit on foot now.
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms.
Talking about this one, her, right? Not me.
A few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor,
right?
But ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
All right.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested.
Goddamn coward.
That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime, none that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry, like I said, no Turians.
Move out.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Now, it's probably a bad idea, but I feel like I want to stick with this Onyx armor. Like, if I want to be vanilla as fuck, I should keep to the N7 armor, even though it's the worst. I understand, like, the iconic armor from the series is the worst armor in Mass Effect 1. I guess it's like Skyrim with its iron armor as well. I don't know. Shields. Whatever, doesn't matter to me. We're not gonna throw that? Okay, never mind.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Let's get some levels in here. Weapon damage, melee damage, damage reduction. Definitely want some of that. Get some melee going. Electronics, very good. I feel like
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
I feel like something that they dropped the ball on as well with some of this stuff is the fact that you can't hotkey your squad mates' powers. Like, they added that into Mass Effect 2. And you'd think they would add this in a remaster of Mass Effect 1, but no, you can't hotkey your teammates' powers. So even though I'm a weapons class, I can't have casters throwing out their powers for me. Yeah. A little dumb, to be honest. Well, what can you do?
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Avenger 2? Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Why not? Hammer damage per second. Yeah, nah.
That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Security lock my ass.
Humans, thank the Maker.
Hurry, close the door before they come back.
Don't worry, we'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
Well, I think Dr. Manuel touched the beacon.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him. The Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack. That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
You know what? He is technically the only sane one left, but I could shut him up.
Say goodnight, Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be heard.
Oh my god! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
You can't just go around whacking people in the head.
It was only a matter of time until he did something crazy and dangerous.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
Good luck, Commander.
We've got 2 renegade points out of it, even though we got the red. Look at how like what one choice made us more renegade than Paragon. We're already fucking up our playthrough here. Oh, here comes Mr. Vagina Face.
Saren.
Nihilus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
It's crazy that he's pretty much like a Marauder Shields prototype.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
Yeah, being able to headshot in this game now is pretty busted. There is a dedicated melee button in the remaster as well, which is also pretty nice. Phoenix. Oh, it's that gay pink armor that she's wearing. I ain't wearing that shit. I ain't no fucking... you know what? The less shit talking, probably the better. Probably just quit while I'm ahead.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring, nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
You're breaking the law, Cole.
We're not hurting anybody. Hell, most of the time I don't even know what's in the packages. Just thought there might be something we could use. I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Goddamn right.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Would you rather be a corpse or a snitch? Paul, his name's Paul. I wish I could do that. I love Renegade Shepard, but now we've got to go. We're doing Pussy Paragon, so here we are.
He might have something to do with this whole attack, Cole. We need his name. It's important.
Yeah, okay, you're right. His name's Powell. Works the docks at the spaceport if he's still alive.
I have to go.
Good luck.
Okay, we've got pistol, the edge. Oh, okay, I guess that's where that is, huh? Well, I think they swapped the ammo. Like, I'm pretty sure the ammo was in the final slot and the mods were in the first two slots. Stinger's good though. Give that to Caden. Oh, storage locker that requires electronics. You don't see many of those. Do you want to be a gladiator? Nah. No, I want my Onyx armor. I want to keep the N7 armor going. We'll be vanilla. I'm telling you, vanilla. We're committing to it. We're committing to it. Use terrible armor until I die too many times, then I'll abandon it and go for Colossus armor.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures.
Pussy.
I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
Where'd Saren go after he killed Nihilus?
He jumped on the cargo train and headed over to the other platform. Probably going after the beacon. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it.
First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
Bloody hell.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks for the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch. We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Forget about him. He's not worth it.
You're lucky the commander's here, pal. Hand over those grenades.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
A lot of Marines died here, Powell. Those grenades could have come in handy. If I were you, I'd think of some way to make it up to them.
Yeah, okay. There is something else I was saving. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
This guy is a piece of shit. I wish I could shoot him, but you know.
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went.
He's got some big ears.
I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Carnage, huh? Yeah, a bit of throw will do you some good. Never mind. Got a kid and you had one job. No, that's what we want. More of that. Alright, yeah, even without the Omni tool, I guess having a shield ripper is still pretty useful to have in the pocket.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here. Still dig the soundtrack of this game as well.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
Off you go. The hell is this? I don't want to get done in by snipers. That's bad for the health. Yeah, I'm playing on Insanity difficulty, and I already feel like I'm running around with like level 60 gear. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay, question. What is the first aid button? Because I'm trying to heal. First aid. Oh, it's V. Okay. Basic rounds, combat sense, okay. Should put the combat sensor onto Caden. We won't need it for a while, but as long as he has it out and we're running around, we can, you know, make use of the radar. Got a shotgun, a hurricane shotgun, huh? God, can you imagine if Hurricane was in Mass Effect 1? I'm surprised that they didn't like make any attempts at that. Like they retroactively add some Mass Effect 2 and 3 weapons to Mass Effect 1. I don't know, do a bit more. I'm not saying add biotic combos. I mean that would have made Adept even more overpowered, but you know, I don't think anybody would have objected. Hardened weave, that's damage resistance, isn't it? Or hardening, that's for resistance against tech and power, like powers.
My God. It's like someone dropped a bomb.
That must be where the Geth ship landed.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
So dopey.
Shepard!
No, don't touch it. Too dangerous.
A new hand touches the beacon. And the beacon exploded. Nice going, Shepard. You broke it. You just set humanity back a bajillion years.
We identified the ship
Ah,
touched down on Eden Prime.
they changed the tit shot, kinda.
An Alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off.
Prefer when she looks like she's gonna cry.
Chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
Like, she's already like smirking, like, oh, he complimented me. like immediately already charming her. But it's so much funnier when you go renegade on her and she like looks like she's about to burst into tears. But maybe because I'm just a piece of shit like that. But she's also a piece of shit, so.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I'll live.
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
All right. Nobody here.
Hey, Commander.
Ew.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Alright, can I scan these sleeper pods yet? No. Guess we'll do that later. Get our codex entries going.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Uh-huh. Well, you know what? I'll go down there when I've recruited everybody else. Okay, apparently it's the door don't want to open.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on you.
I will say, like, the thing I like about this game over a lot of other games, and especially modern games, is the fact that if you play on a higher difficulty, you get more XP. I wish more games did that, you know? Actually reward you for playing harder difficulty.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Seren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Seren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Seren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Seren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Seren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
Lovely.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Alright, let's get to work doing our first visit Citadel bullshit. This is probably the worst part of this game. Like, this is the part I dread whenever I start a playthrough of Mass Effect 1. It's just the Eden Prime and Citadel for fucking 2.5 hours to 3 hours, you know?
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. I can't just... This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
Now, something to point out, they don't state their emotions when they're talking to each other because they don't need to. But they only announce their emotions when they're talking to non-Elcor races.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, EarthClan.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
Yeah, well.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Spoiler! Spoiler alert! Calm down there, Din.
Why aren't the Volus or Elcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
Active? That fucking space cow?
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel. Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort. I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Alrighty.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your
Alright, this is going to be rough. I'm actually falling asleep here, so I think I might call it. Yeah, I know it didn't do much Mass Effect. We're barely, not even 2 hours in, but fuck, I'm falling asleep and I'm going to listen to fucking Codex filler. I'm going to need I need to be doing it in the morning when I'm drinking coffee. Alright, thank you all for stopping by. I hope you have a good day, good night, good forever. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to leave a like. If you're watching this on Twitch, feel free to follow. And, yeah, maybe I'll pick this up tomorrow morning. You have a good one. Ciao.